Video started. Check. Okay. So hi everybody. I'm Simon, alias the Nerd of Algorithms, and today is the 9th of August, year 2016. Moment please. Very fine. I was unsure this time how to start this video. But the fact is that I just remembered suddenly that it's been roaming around my mind for a couple of months now. A sentence that said in one of his videos by James Rolfe, alias the Angry Video Game Nerd, in one of his episodes of the same name, Angry Video Game Nerd, or for short ABGN video series, a sentence. He said a sentence at some point, I don't remember in which episode, where he stated, he made this rhetoric question: but what's the most important thing about a video game or a video game system, most important thing that comes before anything else? Well, the ability to play it. That is, translated, in other words, is the fact that the game functions. Then, if it functions well, if it's interesting, if it's good, it's complex, it's whatever, all details. Most important thing is for the player to be able to benefit the game. It comes before everything else. And so I realized that this just hit my mind at the time, as sometimes repeatedly, even recently, and even now. I just thought, where's the problem? What's the most important thing? If I want to find a sponsor for the FalansterCity3D urban environment renderer, or just bring it to the next level, or whatever, what's the most important thing? Okay, do regular updates on it, but even more to develop it further. Just think about it. And so I was questioning at the beginning of the video that, well, but how should I start it? How should it be? How? And I realized all these are secondary questions. The most important thing is to start a video, which has been started and is going on now. Some time ago, like 1 year ago, you know, I am a heavy researcher, theoretical and practical as well, algorithmics, software development, applied mathematics, and surroundings. I've done a lot for these fields, and this came out practically by chance. And 1 year ago, before I start seriously talk about the next stage in FalansterCity3D, nearly 1 year ago or so, we went to the restaurant to eat some pizza with my former high school classmates. Among the very few people with whom I have some contact on a regular basis, because due to my nerdism, well, social life is a problem. And well, we were talking, and somehow the discussion went on why am I doing so heavily research? Why was it so important to create something that I developed, the new Turing system, version 1 and version 2 algorithm, the 6 theorems behind it, and just I don't remember the question to which I was answering, but the answer that I gave was something like this: that You know, there's a problem which is suspicious. It seems too complicated, there are too many things, and the idea is maybe it can be done simpler if we eliminate all the doubts about it, but we must make some more research. This thing solves that doubt, and suddenly what's my purpose is to arrive with the most complicated, with the problems that I keep on the top of the list, and they are only the most complicated problems, and of which I judge that they have an endless future because they are very important things. There are things that are important and their importance never goes when they have come to maturation. My objective is to just, with these problems, arrive at a point where it just makes tock, like tock, when a ball touches after a fall ground, and you hear tock, and there it stops. And I say, the problem is fully solved, there are no doubts about it in my head, and I can explain it simply, I can answer to any question about it, and this is transmittable to anyone. And they were not able, they said, we don't understand, maybe you're saying something fascinating, but just more than one of them said, no, I understand, but probably you are good at what you are doing, we recognize it, but we don't understand what you want to say. And that was the angry video game nerd. I thank him for what he said in that video, did it. Just took a question about which video games we could say many things and just say to you, what's the most important thing? To be able to play it, then if it's bad, it's good, we can improve it, we can ask the developer. Other thing, what's the most important thing of life, purpose of life? I've heard all the rubbish in my life about it. But hey, apply the definition, you are there. To achieve and maintain happiness, simplifying, to be happy. And there can be also more advanced other things, but just the root, you can start there, to be happy, okay, and then there opens a hierarchy of possibilities on which you can run more advanced secondary purposes. You can run a depth first search to see the various areas, and when you have arrived at something that you think interesting, you can switch to a depth first search and whatever, and you are. What's the most important thing if you want to become a game developer? Start making a game, make a game. I mean, you are there, just apply the definition. And this sentence of the angry video game nerd was like, after I heard it in that video, I just felt like, hey, I'm not alone to think so simply. Okay. And I thank you for famous person said, yeah. Sometimes it's sufficient to apply the definition and then to expand on it. So, I said that most important thing to produce an update on a regular basis, regularly, about the FalansterCity3D urban environment renderer if I want to find for it a sponsor, and I have to work on it every day. I have to fiddle around, even make experiments, make other games like mini games using that engine, removing modules that are not necessary for that game, and we will show one, and that's it. And second most important thing, well, just wait for the sponsor to come. It will come, information is going out, and at some point it will appear. So we're here. Wow, introduction longer than the video, whole video, but most important thing is that is to deliver it, continue it, that the series continues, and that every update just gets the quality of that software closer to an ideal realization of the concept, and does never go down. It's always super sharply as conceivable, with 10 years of evaluation of the different approaches, algorithms, software tools, whatever solution, just go on like this. And it will. To hope that it will make talk. But this will happen faster with a sponsor and so on. Let's go. Well, today I published a little mini game. It's live online here on GameJolt. It's called Extreme Rope Simulator 3D. I had done that similar game in C, standard C with OpenGL graphics much before. I even didn't upload it to SourceForge, knowing that a mini game, if it's managed to compile, it doesn't run, Windows is set, it's a virus, it's never delivered it. Now, using the FalansterCity3D's only graphical renderer, and by re-implementing the code for the simplified three-dimensional rope simulation, I made a mini game, and it runs as a browser game. Did it? It works, and it. There I did some extra stuff that is here. Some extra stuff I put. I redesigned a bit. I corrected some things to make trees look better, and put a small flat terrain in it, and started to think, what about the terrain system in FalansterCity3D, the future version? Should we go with the original idea of the simple brute force terrain, like a hilly version of this? New game page, moment please. Here is the game page. You'll be very careful with the camera. Okay. Just here is the game page. Play game. Oh, very fine. Instead of, I thought, going with a terrain like this, we should maybe immediately start with something better. But why? Because I thought that same philosophy of the asking, but what's the point? What's the most important thing? I said, this is although promisingly simple, the redefinition of static terrain. It's the most static kind of terrain rendering in the world, while I have the high data injection enabled new terrain system algorithm, which is very short, already implemented in C++, with which even completely static a terrain like this, which contains the same number of triangles, here there may be 200 blocks, so it's multiply the 100 blocks like 200 triangles, whatever. With that one can do marvelous handcrafted terrains which are super large, and like the map of GTA 5, even if completely static, even without implementing the dynamic change of level of detail, one can have something perfect, much better than this. And I thought, let's go with it. Don't fall in the mistake of thinking that this is good. This is the most static kind of thing. If it's not flat, it needs to store in memory fixedly matrix of values, which matrix storage looks ugliest in JavaScript. Terrible. Because there are other ways to go about storing matrices. And so go with the high data injection enabled thing, from which a terrain can be loaded in just by inserting a sequence of number couples, an index and a floating point value in the source code, and in few steps create a fantastically complex landscape. And well, the retrieval of the local height and so on is ultra fast. Everything is better, and one can marvelously handcraft terrains, like things that are fantastic, even for the simplest test and show off of an engine as mature now as and potent as the FalansterCity3D. Well, that's to go for. Start with a static turn system, and then just that, and then if possible maybe just add the possibility to go to change level of detail according to the rules of new turn system version 2, but according to the laws of the yes, the iData injection, whatever stuff which I tested with, you know, with the well, that I already showed that. So what am I here to do? Where is my dashboard? Let's see the FalansterCity. And that's it. I hope I will be able to deliver something as soon as possible, and the video ends here. I think I have done again some progress, because I decided well about the future development enhancement to do, because that's it. The whole new turn system stuff was done, and it's worth of it. It was 100% worth, because its code is short. It can be used for static terrain, dynamic level terrain, with or without advanced functionalities. It can be adapted, it can do everything, and it's super fast, and it's ideal for online web-based applications like this that must run smoothly but must not be limited really in functionality with respect to a game made in C++, such as could be, I don't know, GTA 5 or whatever. Just no textures, smaller, simpler environment, but not too many limitations, just containment of the complexity. And so, this was Simon alias the Nerd of Algorithms. Hope you like this, and I can't change the thing now to 3D. Well, bye bye.